Hola and welcome back, Masters and Princesses. I hope you were doing well today. I have completed the World Domination album, and I know you're like, wait, NittPicc, and I know. The reason why I didn't say anything is because I think a lot of people knew I had already, or at least my Patreon supporters have already known that I had recorded the reaction to Honey, which the Mook cover, and since I had already recorded it, I felt guilty just kind of like redoing it again. So I figured the best option would be to make it free for the duration of the rest of December, so you guys can check it out. It'll be free for everybody, members and non-members. You can go to my Patreon. There's a link down below, and you can look for that video. If you just type in a search, Honey, MUCC, it should pull it up. Even if you just type in Honey, I think it'll pull it up as well. So that will be available for you, and I do a comparison of both. I think the only problem is there's like a small mic malfunction, which is really frustrating, but I tried to fix it as much as possible. Anyway, here we are. I've been waiting for this day. You have no idea. Ever since it came out, it's been out since October 26th. And when I was told it was out, I was like, oh my God, I need to see it. So here we are with Misa, her documentary, The Gift That Keeps On Giving. Orenji gives the best Christmas gifts at this point. So I am excited about this because as much as I love every single member of the band, and as much as I want to be every single member of this band, because of my bass journey, I want to be Misa the most, and I am excited to get to know her in this documentary. So I'm just gonna shut up. If you like the channel, subscribe, share. If you want to check out more, links in the description below, especially for that video for the final song that is on the World Domination album. But I'm gonna get into this. I gotta dive in.
Welcome to Okayama Prefecture, located west of Hyogo Prefecture. Okayama is known for its beautiful landscapes, is associated with the legend of Momotaro, and is a major producer of white peaches and grapes. On October 15th, Misa was born in this prefecture, also known as the Land of Sunshine, thanks to its mild climate with very little rainfall. According to her mother, Misa was easy to raise, as she was good at keeping herself occupied. Although
Same.
she was an energetic child, she always avoided dangerous situations and behaved in a mature way. She loved music and the arts in general, but hated studying.
I get it.
When she entered junior high school, Misa changed significantly. Due to her parents' circumstances, she had to move to Tokyo, a change that quietly transformed her, turning the once spirited child from Okayama into a much more reserved version of herself. Misa struggled to adjust to life in the big city and found it difficult to connect with other kids her age. Afraid of being mocked for her accent, Misa withdrew into herself, becoming increasingly quiet. Like Konami and Akane, music has been a part of Misa's life since childhood. She began playing the piano around the age of 4.
Okay.
In elementary
This
school,
makes so much
she
more
joined
sense.
the marching band and played the alto horn until graduation. She wanted to join a symphonic band in junior high school, but since there wasn't one available, she chose the Japanese tea ceremony club instead, drawn by her love for sweets and matcha.
Okay, hold on. I have to stop because the first mention of band, and as a band kid, I'm not gonna waste time jumping into that. So first things first, if you guys don't know what an alto horn is, because I have only heard that term maybe 3 times in my entire life. Alto horn is not a common instrument, and I would assume it's, I guess, more common maybe in Japan, but we don't use alto horns usually in the I guess in the US, when we teach kids, of course, a lot of the times with kids, you don't start band until fifth grade. And some places start fifth grade, some places start sixth grade. Like, for instance, where I teach, it's in sixth grade. But an alto horn is actually quite similar to that of like a euphonium. It's shaped like a euphonium, but it's got like the tubing of a trumpet. So like it's funny that they used a picture of Reina from Sound Euphonium, which I am reacting to on Patreon, by the way. But it's funny because if you took literally Kumiko, who plays euphonium, and Reina, who plays trumpet, and like took that instrument and smashed it together, it would make a alto horn, which is also weirdly enough in the key of E flat, which is another rarity. Because most brass instruments are in the key of C, they're non-transposing and they read in bass clef, except for French horn, which is in the key of F, a whole different ballpark there. But it's just interesting that they said alto horn. I was like, dude, what? Because I thought for a minute, I was like, alto clarinet? And I was like, no. They said alto horn. You know, I understand Misa. And maybe this is okay. I'm not saying that that's why I'm so drawn to her, but as someone who, as a child, moved around a lot, it makes making friends a little harder. So one of the things that I always felt like my mom said that I was really good at entertaining myself, and I was an easy kid to raise. I stayed out of trouble, but the thing is that I was a very big social butterfly, and then we started moving around a lot, and people are drawn to me, and it's because I smile. And it's not that I'm trying to make people not say hi to me. I smile. It's a defense mechanism of fear. I'm very nervous and all that. So I tend to be very quiet, but I get it. I understand why, because it's hard to feel accepted if you are a little different from everyone else. But I'm not saying that I experienced the same thing, especially with accents. I'm very lucky that, I spoke English everywhere I went, and I never had a Spanish accent very much from home. So, but I just had to go over that. Also, tea ceremony. This is kind of cool. I would love tea ceremony.
Unfortunately, Misa left the club in her second year, realizing it didn't quite suit her. In her third year, she finally found a symphonic band and spent a year playing the trumpet.
Oh!
Even though she had learned to play many instruments, she continued studying.
Was that her? Is that Misa? Is this just a video? Is that Misa? Is this real? Like, it kind of looks like her. I'm just saying.
Even though she had learned to play many instruments, she continued studying piano for a few more years. Since her junior high school years, Misa has had a goal of forming a band and performing with other musicians. Her mother suggested she try the guitar after one of her friends taught Misa how to play acoustic guitar. Misa's musical taste was greatly influenced by her mother, who listened to artists like Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, The Who, and the Rolling Stones.
So her mom was a badass, of course.
Once she entered senior high school, Misa bought a Fender Squier Telecaster and joined the music club as a guitarist and vocalist. It was a band formed by friends making covers of existing songs. But with too little time to rehearse and no original material, the cover band quickly fell apart, and Misa found herself back at square one, searching for a way to continue.
It sounds like to me her life seems like a mixture of K-On! And Sound Euphonium. Sorry, not comparing her life to anime, but...
Vance, a senior student, 2 years older, asked Misa if she would join his band as a bassist. At the time, Misa was focused on learning guitar and had even thought about trying drums someday, but playing bass had never crossed her mind. Which is exactly why she agreed to join the band called Prototype, a 4-member band with a sound reminiscent of Western rock acts like the Smashing Pumpkins, making it a perfect fit for Misa's musical taste.
Ooh.
She now had to learn bass, so she started by borrowing one, giving it a try, and eventually buying a Squier P bass.
Okay, P precision or J jazz, indicating the pickup configuration on a bass. Interesting. So these are things that I'm starting to learn about bass that I didn't know, and this is actually kind of fun because it feels educational for me. Also, as someone who started on guitar, playing when I was a kid, I started playing electric guitar first. I sold my electric guitar. I had a Fender. Actually, I had a Fender Squier. She was so pretty. She was blue. I had bought it off a friend and then sold it and then started playing acoustic guitar and realized how much I missed electric guitar. But I was like, I'm never going to be able to get another one. But now, thanks to really lovely people, friends, Michael Sakot, and all of the community, I have been joining in again on the electric journey, especially on bass now lately. So, but this is really cool. I wonder if are there any recordings out there of her playing with this other band named Prototype, because I love me some Smashing Pumpkins, and if that's the sound, I would love to hear. So
at the end of her high school years, Misa had to choose where to continue her studies.
高校卒業後、どこの学校に行こうかなって大学か専門学校で迷っていたら、お母さんが友達を作るためになんか大学行かなくてもいいって。その時、専門学校に行く良さをお母さんが説明してくれて、大学に行かずに専門学校を選んで、しかもベースコースは選ばないで、最初は PA のコースを選んだんですよ。でも途中から、やっぱりステージでベースを弾きたい。プロとしてできるようになりたいと思って、ベースコースに転校して、そこから意識が変わっていきました。
So she went to college for bass.
それまでベースはほぼ独学でやっていたんで、まずはみんなに追いつくのに必死。専門学校1年目に経験している人たちは、やっぱり上手になっているから、それに追いつくのがとにかく大変で、みんなと同じレベルで弾けるようになってきたあたりから、プロになることをすごく意識し始めて、
No wonder she's so
このまま
freaking
もっと
good.
上手くなって、お仕事にできたらとは思っていました。でもやっぱり、自分の中で止めてたんですよね。プロのミュージシャンにはなれない可能性の方が高いと思い込んでて。だから PA とか、ライブハウスとか音楽に関わる仕事を続けていきたいなと思って、PA コースを選んでたんですけど。
In 2010, she enrolled in the Tokyo School of Music, where she first studied music production before switching to the bass course.
That's so cool.
Even though she was a year behind Akane, it's likely that Misa met her while wandering between classes, but their friendship would take shape later on.
That's so cool.
In 2011, while she was still at the Tokyo School of Music and playing with Prototype, Misa joined Hertist, a 6-member band formed with other students from the same school. They performed a few times before disbanding a year later, but some of their live recordings can still be found on YouTube. In 2012, Misa and Akane appeared in the promotional video for Yaruki Switch, a song by singer and actress Becky. During their first meetings for this video shoot is when they truly connected. The two quickly became friends since they went to the same school, just a year apart in their classes. At that time, Konami and Akane were already friends, working together on Konami's demo. Meanwhile, Misa continued to grow as a bassist by playing with Prototype. The band recorded at least 2 mini-albums, the second titled Sign of Rain, and performed regularly, mostly in Shimokitsuzawa and nearby areas. They sold their albums directly by hand at live shows and even recorded their own performances. But on May 30th, 2013, Prototype announced via X that they would disband in July of the same year.
Dude, I wonder how many people out there have an actual copy of Prototype. Like, not saying that it would go for a lot of money, but like, oh my God, imagine who are you people out there? Name yourself, show yourself. Who do you own a CD of Prototype? Does anyone in the comments own one? Like, just let me know and like send me a picture. I just want to see it. I just want to see that it exists. Also, can I hear it? I want to hear it. That would be a fun deep dive. Like, I don't know. I feel very connected to Misa in a way, but the only difference between her and I is I really didn't know what else I could do other than music. Like I was like, I didn't even realize, it didn't even cross my mind for a minute until when I started college, when teachers were telling me like, oh, you could do sound production, or you could do music business, or you could do music therapy, you could do all these things. I was like, there's those things in music. That's a thing. I just thought, oh, play my instrument, become a teacher, and that's that. But I wanted to play a lot more than I wanted to teach all the time, but I knew teaching was something that I also wanted to do. So I just kind of fell into that. But, you know, I get it. I get it.
Just a day earlier, on May 29th, Platinum Passport had posted an audition notice for a new rock band called Band-Maid. The post stated that applicants should be able to sing or play guitar, bass, drums, or keyboard, be between 15 and 24 years old, and perform in maid outfits.
クルッポから誰かいないって言われて叩ける子いるよっていうので母ちゃんに、はい、私がかなみから話を、はい、もらってでベースもいないってなってたので、その時私専門学校音楽の専門学校行ってたんですけど、で一緒の学校だったベースのミサを誘って。
専門学校を卒業してしばらく経った頃に先輩とやっていたバンドが解散したんですけど、解散が決まった時にちょうど茜から電話が来たんですよ。茜とは専門を卒業してからアーティストの現場を通して知り合って、プライベートでも2人で遊んでたりしてたんです。で、茜から電話がかかってきたので、どうしたのと聞いたら、いや、その頃はまだ茜さんって呼んでた時期か。茜さんどうしたんですかと聞いたら、メイド服を着て見た目とは真逆の音楽をやるロックバンドに誘われていて、私はやろうと思ってるんだけどミサもどうって。話の内容も整理したかったし、何よりその電話を受けたのが居酒屋でがっつり酔っ払っている時だったので、ちょっと一晩考えさせてくださいと答えて一旦保留にさせてもらいました。
Akane later confessed that when she invited Misa to join her for the audition, she had no idea that Misa's band had announced their disbandment. But this bold move paid off, because on June 5th, Misa revealed that she had been very nervous about going to an audition. In the following days, messages appeared on X congratulating Konami, confirming that together with Akane and Konami, Misa had joined Band-Maid.
Oh, this is just... Oh, this is a joy. sweating. What is this? When are we getting blessed with this?
On July 3rd,
Hold on, you can't just do that to me and then expect me to be fine. We're only 12 minutes into the video. God, Renji pulling punches left and right. Woo! I don't think I've ever seen that before, and it may have been spoiled for me, but I cannot wait to see that again when it comes across the screen. Oh my God. What was I even going to say? What was I going to even... I don't even remember what I was going to say. Oh, okay. Okay, now I remember. I'm removing the blanket because I'm sweating. I'm not saying that the reason why Misa is only good is because she went to music school, but I had always wondered, Misa has like these abilities that kind of shine through with these like just, you see her practicing a little bit on like behind the scenes when they film music videos. You can see her constantly playing or practicing her bass, and you can see her like going back and forth of what she wants to think of or what she's thinking of, and you can also hear her ability of switching between styles. Like I know somewhere in her brain she has a good jazz brain, and I can hear it sometimes. She pulls it out sometimes, and it is really neat to sit and kind of decipher what she's thinking. And I just, this is something that I noticed a lot in a lot of videos that I've seen based on Band-Maid Prime. It's really, really cool to kind of see what the cogs are turning for her a lot. So it explains a lot. Also, I really do think it's cool that it kind of was a cascade. Kanami knew Akane, Akane knew Misa, and then it just kind of went from there, right? So I do think that's really neat how that band got formed, which kind of makes me think like, what am I waiting for? Like, I know I'm not that great of a bassist yet, but I could play some cover songs now. I'm pretty comfortable. I could do it. I think I can. I just gotta find a drummer, a guitarist, and yeah, maybe another guitarist. And I can't sing and play at the same time. I would have to find a singer. Anyway, I'll shut up.
Prototype performed their final concert at Shimo Kitazawa era, marking the end of Misa's first band. Without Prototype, Misa might never have become a bassist. She could have ended up working as a sound engineer instead of shining on stage.
Which would have been... Can't interrupt. That would have been doing the world a disservice.
It's not very common for a rock band to give much attention to the bassist. But with Band-Maid, Misa has been in the spotlight from the very beginning.
海外からのね人気はすごいですもんね。
一番ですね。
ミサミサってすごいコールが起きるぐらい、ミサちゃんの人気ですもんね。黒髪ロングで。
Misa, 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 Misa.
Misa quickly became a fan favorite. Her skill and stage presence stood out right away, whether she was performing live or recording in the studio. One thing Band-Maid does especially well is shining a light on each musician.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
During their shows, the others often step back into the shadows, letting one member take the spotlight. It's a simple move, but it makes a big difference, drawing the audience's attention to the parts that truly define each song. Misa truly knows how to stand out and put on a show, whether she's performing during an intro,
Oh, familiar. Dude, the fat groove, man. Even the captions are saying it's throwing heat. Oh, I got it!
or going head-to-head with Konami on stage.
Just two badasses having a conversation.
On December 1st,
Dude,
2020.
You can't, there's so many clips in here. I'm gonna have a heart attack before I even get through this video. All I can say right now is there's a lot of inspiration just watching her do her thing. And actually, as someone who's trying to learn how to do slap bass right now, watching her hands up that close earlier is really helpful. And I'll be watching this again to be using that clip to see if I can learn how to do it again more properly, because it's just not, mine's not coming across that beautiful yet. So, oh my gosh, there was something else I was gonna say and I completely forgot. Oh, here we go. So I'm getting so caught up in all the moments that I keep forgetting everything that I want to talk about. Band-Maid does a beautiful job of showcasing every single member. And from what I understand, as of late, one of the reactions I did earlier on Patreon, where I got to see Psyche playing piano and singing, the fact that Psyche has been in the spotlight, as the vocalist, but allowing her to have even more spotlight by giving her the opportunity, for her to learn piano and do that. They do such a good job of making every member special. Every single one of them is extremely special, and they acknowledge that, and they know that. And that's what's absolutely beautiful about this band. It is not a band, it's a family. It's not just a band, it's a family.
3. Band-Maid announced that Misa would be getting her own signature bass from Black Smoker Guitars,
That's cool.
set for release in spring 2024. As of the end of 2024, all the members, except Psyche, have their own signature instruments. Miku with Semitis, Kanami with PRS, Akane with Vincent, and Misa with Black Smoker.
Dude, Black Smoker's a badass name.
Over the years, the members of Band-Maid have become the closest of friends. Even though they are now inseparable, it wasn't always that way for Misa.
実は一度バンドメイドをやめようと思ったことがあるんです。1回目か2回目のワンマンの時かな。自分が本当に好きな音楽とその当時バンドメイドでやっていた音楽との間にギャップを感じてしまったんですよ。
That's fair.
プライベートでは好きな音楽しか聴かないからこういう音楽をやりたいのにっていう欲求が高まっていた時期だったんだと思います。それにバンドを 2,3 個掛け持ちしながらバンドをやっていてフィジカル的にもメンタル的にも疲れてしまったんですね。結果、本当に好きな音楽がやれるバンドを自分で組んだら
Yeah.
もっといい状態になるのかなと思い始めてしまって、すごく悩んで当時のマネージャーに相談したら、とりあえず今度のワンマンでステージからの景色を見てから決めないと提案されたんです。
Good
で、
suggestion.
実際にステージに立ってみたらすごい景色で、ご主人様やお嬢様の表情とか曲に対する反応にすごく感動したし、お給仕もすごく楽しめたんです。そして何よりそんな景色を見たことでこのバンドはもっと上に行けるって思えた。だから続けようと思ったんです。
After a period of uncertainty, Misa chose to continue the Band-Maid journey alongside her bandmates. As the years went by, she grew increasingly comfortable, both within the group and on stage, even influencing the evolution of her own stage outfits. Her creative
Heck yeah.
voice also became stronger, with Konami involving her more deeply in the songwriting process since the release of World Domination in 2018. During the production of Unseen World, Misa took charge of programming the drums and bass, and even wrote the bass solo for No Gods. Misa has proved many times that she is a fast worker and is really talented when it comes to writing bass lines.
しんどい正直しんどい
ミサちゃん軽くミサちゃんがベース一人でそれはあってもいいかもないもう一人のソロってどうしようどうしようどうしようあーちゃんのなんかブラックホール終わりが結構きついみたい
もうドラマ始まりがね続きすぎてちょっと
ライスの前にミサちゃんが軽く一人でベース聴いてもらって
ミサちゃん一人目立ちがないのよ。
コバトも
いるよ。
ジロもあるし
なんていうの人流れ。今までだと多分1回やったかなぐらいなんですけど、今回はみんな一人一人目立つポイントがあって、私もフリーソロで今回やらせてもらいます。頑張ります。
Dude, the fact we're about to see it, aren't we? We're about to see it. Okay. I get it though, with the whole like not wanting to do like considering quitting because it wasn't the kind of music that she wanted to do. I understand that. I'll be real with y'all for a very short period of time because this is mostly about Misa and not about me. You know, playing flute I love my instrument. I really do. I really love it. But there are stigmas, not stigmas, maybe like just certain things that come along with playing the flute, like, oh, you have to be a classical instrumentalist and you have to like Mozart, Bach, and all the typical classical composers of like flute music and blah, blah, blah. You have to only like that stuff. Meanwhile, there was me in high school who was like, ooh, beatbox flute. Yeah. Or, ooh, extended techniques with like singing and playing and tongue thrusts and all these kinds of things. Like I was into that kind of stuff. But then a lot of professionals used to tell me like, oh, that stuff is not going to go far. Meanwhile, there were people like Jethro Tull making, you know, Ian Anderson in Jethro Tull making a living doing these things. And I was like, why can't I? And I mean, I can, but I don't feel like, you know, at that point it's like it's already been done. So it's like, where's my journey? What am I gonna do? You know? So that's just how I thought of it at the time. So I understand Misa's feelings at that time. Dude. Dude, I loved this, man. If this don't give you goosebumps, baby.
Even though Kanami is the one writing and arranging the songs, Misa also likes to send her recordings to someone else.
ミサさんが新曲のプリプロでベースラインを作って入れると、まず佐伯さんにデータを送るんだっていう話があって、
すぐ送る。どうかなって。
なんでですか？
もともと褒められることがすごく好きなので、とにかく褒められたいというか、佐伯に褒められたくて送ってます。
佐伯さんは褒めてくれるんですか？
すごく褒めてくれます。
5人の中で一番褒めてくれるんですか？
そうかも。どうだろう。なんか褒め方が違う。かなみはいつもかっこいいですみたいな感じで褒めてくれるんですけど、佐伯はもういろんな褒め方してくれる。
いや、普通だったらかなみさんのところに一番先に送りそうなものじゃないですか。
かなみにはもちろん同時に送るんです。かなみにベースできたよってベースのデータだけ送って、佐伯には全体のデモで、しかもベースがちょっと聞こえやすいようにミックスして送るっていう。
つまり佐伯用にって、
佐伯用に。
それってシンガーにとって歌いやすいラインかどうかが気になるってことなんですよね。
そう、確認もあるんです。もちろんここもうちょっと遊んでほしいって言われたりしたら直したり、一応その確認もあって送るんですけど、もうそれも言わない時期もあって、ただただ佐伯に褒められるために送ってる時もあって、それがすごい元気になる源みたいな、お酒美味しいなってなる。
Dude, I get it though. I get it. Like, okay, there's a ton of, what is it, Kanai Devil interviews that I have officially done on Patreon with just seeing how Psyche is in her presence. She's such a powerful presence. And I know this is going to sound really weird, but, and I promise you, I don't mean it in a weird way. It's just, I understand. My brain would feel that way too. She has this very mature, almost like I've said that she's the goth girl, like to me, of the band, but she's also got this like mommy vibe that she's just like so these are my children. They're all kind of silly. I'm the mature one. Just don't pay them no mind, but love them or else. because they're my babies, you know, like that's kind of how it feels when I think of Psyche. She's such a powerful force, so I understand why Misa feels that way, because just the praise of for someone you hold in high regard feels so good. It's when you love someone a lot and you hear them say, wow, that was amazing, do this, or blah blah blah, you'll do it. I know I would.
Since the formation of Band-Maid, Misa has always performed barefoot, except in some music videos or outdoor concerts, or when it's a particularly hot day. In a 2014 post, she explained that she doesn't like wearing heels because they hurt her feet.
I don't blame
so
her.
she decided to go barefoot instead. It also allows her to feel the music more deeply when she's on stage.
The vibration.
Misa's stage outfit has evolved a lot over the years. Although she wore the same maid outfit as the other members in the music video for Thrill, we can see her in a completely different outfit in Don't Let Me Down, released a year later. Misa never hid her discomfort with the maid costume, so the staff did their best to help her feel more comfortable on stage. In 2025, the members unveiled new outfits, and Misa's new look was a perfect fit.
So
Over
cool.
time, Misa has become quite shy when she's not with her friends, but she found a way to overcome her shyness through alcohol. She once confessed in an interview that she drinks before OQGs to calm her nerves and avoid getting too anxious on stage. However, when she drinks too much, she becomes completely unable to play, something that had already caused problems with her previous band. With Band-Maid, Misa often drinks during MCs, taking sips from the bottle she keeps on top of her amp throughout every show. She even shared her whiskey with a fan during their 2019 concert at the Mercury Lounge in New York City.
Oh my God, how
Misa
lucky.
can also be seen drinking in the music video for Don't You Tell Me. But she's not the only member who enjoys drinking, though each of them has a very different reaction to alcohol.
みんちょちゃんはね、お酒そんな強くないから、どっちかっていうとすぐ寝ちゃうぽね。眠くなっちゃうぽね。
眠くなっちゃうからみんなが一番ピークで楽しい時を知らないことが多い。
あーちゃんはあんまりね、お酒飲まないぽね。
そう、私もお酒飲んじゃうともうすぐ潰れるから、楽しめないの。速攻寝るから。
さいちゃんはね、ビールをずっと飲むタイプだぽね。
ね、
焼
酎、ビール、麦、レモンサワーとか、ああ、そっか、レモンサワー、麦、
Ooh, lemon sour.
この間面白かったぽ。酔っ払い2人から急に電話がかかってきて、
あれでしょ、私のストーリーズに
そう
酔っ払った写真とか上
がってたやつに、夜10時半ぐらいに急にさいちゃんから「小鳩助けて!」って言われてここどこかわかんないってずっと言われて、
ミサちゃんは夜の9時ぐらいから記憶がなくて、さいちゃんが10時ぐらいから記憶がなくて、
1時間後からね。じゃあ
だからその電話した10時半ぐらいはもう知らない。知らない。
一番面白かったのが携帯に私に「ここはどこですか?」って言うの。わかりませんぽって言って、ちょっとご自分の携帯の GPS で見ていただけますかぽって言ったら「え、何 GPS ってあるの?」
電子源みたいになってる。だって多分その時携帯の使い方さえも分かんなくなる。やばいね。
小鳩だけの時、小鳩が一番飲まなきゃいけない時は酔っ払うぽ絶対。
小鳩はマジでゾンビみたい。
ゾンビみたいな。
リンクやばそうね。トイレから出ないし。
違うの、もうそれはね限度を超えてた。半分寝てるからぽ。
すごいね。
寝ながら動いてた。
でもすげえ歩くの。
そう。寝ちゃいけないっていう自制心が頑張るんだけどもう半分脳は寝てるから寝ながら歩いてるからもうゾンビみたいになるんだぽね。
小鳩はどれだけ飲んだらゾンビになるの？
ど どのくらいだっぽね。
小言はね、
相当でしょ。
日本酒だったら何合飲んでたかな。
あ、でも一番ね、そうね、酔っ払ってた時は8合ぐらいは飲んでたかもしれないっぽね。
Akane.
So, okay. Things that we shouldn't admit on the YouTube channel. One of my favorite things to do when I was in college, and this is much later in college, we're talking like in my master's degree. One of the fun things I liked to do was play drunk duets. So you would drink at whatever was on hand, of course, because you're in college. So it was you either had beer, you either had wine, and you would just get, tipsy enough to enjoy playing a duet together. And anytime you would make a mistake, it would be kind of funny, but like you'll be surprised how much like calm you are when you're reading. I remember before concerts at some point in life, it was especially a professional concert. I won't name the organization, but it was common to take shots before you went out on stage. And that was new for me because I'd never done anything like that before. So was I going to pass it up? No. Was it a ride for me? Yeah. Because I had never had alcohol before, a performance before, and that it actually kind of made me nervous, but luckily it wore off. And then at some point you kind of get to the point where you're like, it's fine. Everything's fine. So you kind of get to a point where either alcohol makes you more brave or alcohol can make you more scared. So it's just, do what you want. I'm going to back it up just a hair.
酔っ払ってた時は8合ぐらいは飲んでたかもしれないっぽね。
Akane is not the only member goofing around and making everyone laugh. Misa could appear to be very serious and focused when she's on stage, but when she starts to feel comfortable, she is warm and never misses the opportunity to make you laugh. She likes to make funny faces.
Straight up over her whole face.
Or play with the camera. When the members get together, it's always guaranteed to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. She got it.
Even though she always knew she wanted to work in the music industry, Misa's path to the bass began with the most unexpected turn of events. She started out as a vocalist and guitarist for a short time, until a senior classmate invited her to play bass in his band. She didn't know it then, but that single decision would change everything. From that moment on, Misa never let go of her bass. She worked tirelessly to improve, even changing her course at school to move closer to her dream of becoming a professional musician.
Yes, ma'am.
And thanks to Akane's bold invitation, Misa joined Band-Maid and persevered through an early period of uncertainty, performing songs far from the music she was used to. Over time, her confidence grew. Misa became more involved in the band's creative process, writing her own bass lines and programming drums and bass tracks.
Oh.
On stage, she has a rare ability to capture both the eyes and the ears of the audience. Her performances are powerful, yet effortless. And when she takes a sip from her bottle on stage, it's her way of freeing herself to play with complete honesty. Misa is a mix of shyness and joy, someone who shines quietly and always looks out for her bandmates. Band-Maid has come a long way. From a small gimmick band struggling to find an audience, to a world-renowned hard rock act performing in major venues and festivals around the globe. But this is only the beginning for Band-Maid and for Misa, who still carries big dreams for the future of her band.
大きなステージに限らずフェスやライブハウスにどんどん出て自分の成長をしたいし、みんなでいっぱいいろんな思い出を作っていきたいなって、これからもこの5人で頑張っていきたいです。おばあちゃんになるまで。
Oh, they're crying. Okay. I like how the documentary covers have changed since I've reacted to them, and now I'm like, okay. Yes. Okay. With Misa, you just know that she was meant to do this. And the reason why I say that is like, yes, okay, so she takes a sip from her Jim Beam to loosen herself up. But that's because she wants to let go of any of the fear, any of the anxiety that could possibly hold her back in that moment. And so she can be the most open musician she can be. And now, granted, like, you know, maybe drinking a little too much can like mess with the abilities to play. I do know that that's a thing. 100% sure that that's a thing. But like, it's just the fact that like you watch her, when you watch her body language, the body language that you catch from everybody, it's just, there's just something also about how she moves, the way she lets the instrument do the speaking. Sometimes you may not be the most talkative person on the instrument or in the world, but in her case, she lets the instrument do the talking for her, which is, you know, it's her. It makes sense. When she's playing, the words that she's saying are coming out of her bass, which is absolutely beautiful. I love this. Well, if I needed any more bass inspiration, here it is. Here it is again. Misa constantly, like just seeing her play, I always get inspired to practice and to push myself more. And honestly, like I feel like I'm getting better, and you know, I have tried looking up some Band-Maid songs to learn, but like a lot of them, you know, require a 5-string bass, so we're working on it. It's just someday I plan to try and be able to do more on bass. We're getting there. It's just slapping's hard, but I think Misa is a great role model right now, and I'll take her any day. Anyway, I'll shut up. This is a long video and you're probably like, you know, you don't want to hear about me. We're here for Misa. So let me know what your thoughts are down below, and let me know what your favorite bass player is on the planet, you know, besides Misa. I know that's a hard question because the first answer always should be Misa. But like, who is another bass inspiration for you guys? I know partially some of the bass inspiration for me would be definitely also like Stefan Lessard from Dave Matthews Band, because his story is pretty interesting and how he ended up being in Dave Matthews. He's the youngest like member. But yeah, it's just interesting how like things just kind of fall into people's hands, and I'm waiting, when's my day? But I feel like for me, I have to make that story happen. So anyway, let me know who that is, and I'll keep it short. If you like the channel, like and subscribe. Down below are the Discord and the Patreon. Today you can check out the final song of the World Domination album, that I recorded a while back that is a cover of Mook, their song Honey, and it's a side-by-side comparison. So feel free to check that out today. It will be free for the duration of December, and then it'll be gone again. So go check that out. And as usual, I hope you're having a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.